Hello everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to my Beautiful Nights channel. For this video, I'm going to show you guys how to make this delicate, adorable Czech glass heart bead flower bracelet. It is so darn cute. I hope you guys are not tired of my flower designs yet, because this might be like, I don't know, maybe my 100th or 150 flower design. I'm always making beaded flowers. It's just crazy to think that there's still other ways to create flowers with beads, but I'm still doing it. Anyways, in case you don't have these heart beads to make this bracelet, I will link them down there below for you in the description bar. And you don't have to have heart beads to make a bracelet like this. I mean, if you want it to look like this, you have to have these 6mm Czech glass hearts, but you can also use other shapes. I did try just to see what it would be like, because first when I designed this, I did hearts, okay? After I did the hearts, I thought, I'm going to see what this looks like with rounds. And so I did do a sample of that for you guys, and I'll put a picture up now of what that looks like. Alright, so the pink and blue Czech druks that you saw in that sample were from the Czech Beads exclusive box for January. So all of these hearts, every single one of these 50 heart beads that I used are from this box. So if you got January's box, you can make this bracelet. If you did not get this box, I will link it down there below in the description bar. You can get this up till January 31st, 2025. And after that, you can no longer get this box. But if you get it, you will be able to make this bracelet. And by the way, there are still heart beads left in that box. I did not use all of them, but these are the colors that I loved together, and that's why I chose them. Now, I actually felt a little challenged with this because I realized that 5 hearts make a flower. And so, when I was going through the box, I only had 10 in pink. I only had 10 in the hot pink, and 10 in this red with the bronze luster on it, and I had 20 in the blue, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do, because I needed to reach this length. And my bracelet, by the way, is exactly 7.5 inches long. Okay, now if I used a lobster claw clasp, it would have been a little bit shorter. And what you can also do, if you need it longer, you can do a lobster claw clasp and then put a little extender chain at the end to give you more length. Now let's say you don't have a lot of these heart beads in your stash, you just have a few of them. You can go buy some more if you want, or you could probably attempt to make a necklace. Like, let's see, that's 6 flowers, 7 flowers. So maybe if you had like this amount of beads here to make 7 flowers, you might be able to put a jump ring here and down here and turn this little part into a necklace and put a chain around the rest of the necklace. That's what I like to do, a thin, dainty chain. It's so cute, but I did stitch this in a way that it lays straight. And so if you made a necklace, you might have to stitch this in another way. So what I'm talking about is, if you study the flowers and the way they're laying, there's 2 petals here and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. I created it like that so it lays in a straight direction. But I think if you want to do a necklace, you have to flip it to where there's only one on one side. But see, it doesn't want to do that because of how I stitched it. So you would have to stitch it in a way that you would have 1 heart on the top so that it curves for you. Does that make sense? But it's pretty easy to stitch. It doesn't take long, and you might be able to figure it out on your own after you do this with me. I forgot to tell you guys something very important, and I didn't remember until I got done filming this entire tutorial. So I'm just going to pop this video in right here, and I just want to tell you guys that I realized a lot of people that watch videos don't watch them all the way to the end. They basically get the information and then they leave. They don't watch the video all the way, and then some people just get bored and they just leave and they don't see the end of the video. And at the end of my videos, my tutorials, I've been telling you guys about how I need a new video camera. I cannot afford to get one by myself right now. And so what's going on is my camera is 13 years old, and I've used this same camera the entire time I've been on YouTube, and it's been acting up. There's lines going across the screen. It does this weird rolling thing. It still seems to be filming okay, but I just know that one day it's going to die and you're not going to be seeing me on YouTube anymore because I don't have money to get a new camera. So I really need help to do this. I've actually have even been thinking about starting a membership on my YouTube channel, and that is where you guys would have to pay me for exclusive content that only you get. And so there's people that are doing this right now, and they charge like $15 for a membership, and I would feel so bad to charge that amount so you guys can watch my tutorials. I've been giving all of my designs away for free for 13 years, and so I've even thought, well, what if I did like $1, $2 for memberships? But it's like, I don't know if I want to go that way, but I guess it's just going to depend how long this takes to get money. And so Sandra Younger contacted me, and she heard that I was trying to get a new video camera, and she told me about this one that she has. It's amazing. She's been through all these cameras. She spent thousands of dollars on all these different cameras, trying them out, and she found one that is $700-800 range. When I put it in my cart on Amazon, so when I got money in the future I can go buy it, it went up to $800. So right now I only have like just over $100 in donations, but I really need help to get this camera, and I feel bad asking about this, asking for money. I've never had to ask anybody for money in my life, but I need help with this. So if you can afford to help me get a new camera so we don't have to do the membership thing, down here in the corner you'll see a square button. It's right here. That's the full screen button. If you click that, it'll make the video full screen. Below that is a circle with 3 dots. If you click that, you can donate there. You'll see it's called Super Thanks with a heart. You can donate money there, but the problem is with getting money that way is that YouTube takes 30% of it. So I set up, it's called Venmo and Cash App. Down there below in the description bar you will see it. You can send me money that way, and I think that they don't take a percentage of it. But here's the thing, I don't know, because no one's, after having that set up for months now, no one has donated any money that way. So yeah, I really need you guys' help. So that's why I'm putting this video in right here, and I guess I need to start talking about this in the beginning of my videos from now on, but it's kind of hard to remember because I don't think about this until I get done of how my camera's dying and I need a new one. So I hope that you guys can help. I really appreciate anything you can do. Thank you so much. Here is the list of materials you will need to make this bracelet. You will need to cut 5 feet of 8-pound fireline. You can also use 6-pound. I just prefer 8 because it is stronger. And also, I say fireline, but I'm using Nanofill. Fireline is made by Berkeley, and so is Nanofill, made by Berkeley. This is pretty much the same thing as fireline, and I have a ton of it, so that's why I'm using this thread. You're also going to need a size 10 beading needle and 56mm Czech heart beads. Now, like I said earlier, they don't have to be hearts. You can use rounds. You can use bicones. What would look really good would be teardrops. I do think it looks best the stitch with hearts, but you can also use teardrop beads that have a center hole, not a side hole, but a center hole, and you would just pick them up at the pointy end, just like I picked the hearts up at the pointy end to stitch them into place. But the thing is I actually do have a bunch of beads now. I've been beading for almost 30 years, and when I go through my stuff, I don't have many center hole teardrop beads, so it seems like they're kind of hard to find. So you might have to buy those if you don't have them, but really just get the hearts because they look the best in this design. You're also going to need 11/0 Miyuki seed beads, and I'm using these here. And it says right here that these are Duracoat galvanized yellow gold, and boy are they yellow. Really, it should just say 24 karat gold on this bag because it is really yellow. I do like these, but I think when I run out of this, I don't think I want to buy this again because I do prefer lighter gold. So like my ring, for example, this is 14 karat gold, and just look at how yellow they are. Now, this does match my toggle clasp here, so I'm happy about that. But if you do want permanent metallic seed beads, do get Miyuki Duracoat galvanized. Okay, and by the way, these are from AuroraCrystals.com. It's my favorite place, one of my favorite places to get seed beads, because I can get them in bulk, 50 grams, as you can see, and they are great prices, and they do have coupons sometimes. Okay, you're also going to need 2 jump rings and a clasp of your choice. I'm using a toggle because it gives me a 7.5 inch bracelet. If you want your bracelet to be shorter, like I said, use a lobster claw. If you want it to be a little bit longer, then add an extender chain with your lobster claw. And this is it. I'm going to link all of these materials you see here down there below in the description bar. You will see links for these heart beads. And what else? Oh, I'm going to link the Czech Beads exclusive box down there below. You can still get the January box up till the end of January 31st. The same box I'm using here. So let's go ahead. And by the way, you can also do 2 bracelets, because as I showed, you can use those rounds. So you can make this heart bracelet, and the second bracelet would be with the blue and pink drucks. Okay, so let's do this. So when I started making my first bracelet, I was a little challenged because I had weird amounts of beads. So, you know, I had 10 pink, 10 hot pink, 10 red, but I had 20 of the blue, and I had to have 10 flowers in order to make a 7.5 inch bracelet. So what I did was pink, blue, hot pink, red, blue. So this one I'm kind of doing the same thing, but I have, instead of 4 colors, I have 5. So I'm doing red, opaque pink, pearl, red, milky pink, and white luster. Okay, we're going to start by picking up our seed beads, and you're going to need to pick up 5 of them. I usually do like 6 beads in a loop for my class, but because I have 5 in the center, I realized I should just do 5, and it looks great. It turned out great. Okay, so here are my beads. I have 5 of them. I'm going to slide these down, and I need a 6 inch tail, because that's just the perfect length to come back and tie knots. So I hold it like this, the thread, and I'm going to go through all 5 of these, making a circle with my thread. Okay, so see, there's a circle there. I'm going to go like this. Okay. Okay, here I am at the 6 inch mark. So I'm just going to go over and under and bring this thread down, tying a surgeon's knot. Okay, now see how it looks messy? I'm just going to pop this open so it looks like a little flower or star. Okay, now I'm going to tie the rest of my knot, which is over and under twice. Okay, so make sure that knot falls right where you need it to be. Okay, I'm going to pull this tight, and there we go. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap this tail around my finger. I like to tie it, or wrap it around my ring finger, and then I hold it like this. I'm exiting right here at this knot. I have to go through 1 bead, okay, to hide that little knot. Pulling this through, I have this, okay? I'm going to pick up my first flower, and to do that I have to go through the bead like this, okay? And then I'm going to pick up 5 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 fell off, and 5, okay? So I slide these down like this. I'm going to take the needle and I'm going to skip over these beads I just added and go through the heart. Okay? And let me see here. Okay. See how my thread's coming out of this side of the bead? I'm going to turn it and I'm going to go through this side, the opposite side, like this. Okay, so I'll pull this through a little bit, but I'm going to stop and I'm going to straighten it like this. So you can see there's one thread here, two threads on that side. I'm going to slide this bead up to the seed beads, hold this in place between my fingers, and bring all of this tail down. Now what's happening is it's going to give me another group of 5 seed beads here. Okay, so I'm gonna stop, pull it tight, and this is it. This is where the clasp is going to be. Okay, and this is the center of our flower. So I'm just going to hold it like this, pull this tight, and this is what I have. Now what I'm going to do, I'm exiting out of the seed bead below the heart. I'm going to go up through the heart. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go through the seed bead that's on the right side. Okay, so hold this between your fingers and pull the thread, and you want to pull it tight again because it does tend to get loose. Okay, we are ready to add more of our hearts. So this time I'm going to pick up the heart from the pointed side. Okay, and then I have to pick up one seed bead. A heart and a seed bead. Now you want to slide your heart down. It's okay if the seed bead doesn't go with it because that is added on, oops, at the very end. So I'm holding it like this. I have to hold this heart in place and pass the needle up through the heart. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go through this next seed bead right here. Okay, so hold it like this between your fingers and pull this through. And what happens is that little seed bead gets caught and sits right there at the top of the heart. Okay, so I'm just going to stop again and make sure that's tight because you don't want to see any exposed thread. And I'm going to do this again. So go through the pointed side of the heart, pick up a seed bead, okay, slide the heart down, go through the heart, and go through the next seed bead like this. I'm going to do this all the way around until I have 5 petals. Okay, so I hold it like this and I pull the thread. Okay, and right there, see that little seed bead? I do have a little bit of space there, so I just stop again and I pull this tight. This is going to be gorgeous with the red like this. Okay, I pick up another heart, again from the pointy side, and another seed bead. Slide the heart down, go through the top of the heart, and through a seed bead. Again, hold this tight between your fingers and pull your thread through. There we go, another one. Okay, pick up your last heart for this flower by going through the pointy side and a seed bead. So this does get repetitive, so at a point I will stop and have you do this by yourself. Okay, I have to slide my heart down again. Okay, I'm gonna go through the top of the heart again, and I have to go through this seed bead. So as you can see, as I worked, I turned my flower around because this was facing me and now it's facing away from me. So I'm going through this seed bead, and if I can, no, I won't do it. Okay, just like this. Hold it between your fingers. I don't want to confuse you. So what I like to do now is turn this where the clasp circle right here is facing me, and I just went all the way around, okay, going this way. I'm coming out of the seed bead on the left, and what's going on is I made like a U shape with my thread where I came out of this heart, went up around through those 5 seed beads and back into this. There's no thread path right here. So to make this into a circle, what I need to do is go through this seed bead here right next to the one I'm coming out of. So the seed bead on the right, okay, just trying to, here we go, this way. this seed bead on the right, the two at the end of this bottom of the heart, going through that one. Okay? So when you do this, it forms a circle in the center, and it just looks like a better flower. Okay? I'm going to go up through this seed bead and through the next heart. And if I can, through that seed bead. Okay, just hold this between your fingers and pull this thread. That's what it looks like so far. Okay, and pull this tight. Now what I have to do is pick up my next heart color, which is going to be opaque pink, and I'm going to pick up 5 seed beads. 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm going to slide my heart bead down and my seed beads, but the heart bead is the most important. Okay, so this is what I have. I have to take my needle and go through the heart, and while I'm at it, I'm coming out of this side of the seed bead. I need to go through this side, so I'm just going to lift this up and go through there. Okay, and I'm going to stop and put this heart where I want it to sit, right here. Hold this in place and pull my thread through. So I have this, and I'm going to hold it this way now, and I'm just pulling this tight. Okay, I'm going to take the needle and go up through this heart, and I'm going to go through that seed bead on the right side. I'm going to pick up another heart, and I have to go through the pointy side and pick up 1 seed bead, slide the heart down, go through the heart, and go through the next seed bead. Hold this between your fingers so it does not loosen up, and pull this down until it looks like this. Do this again to the pointy side of the heart. Oh no, I have a blocked hole. Try to clear it out from going through this side, and there we go. Okay, actually it's still there. Okay. Okay, there's my heart. And I need a seed bead. Okay, I'm going to go through this side of the heart, the top, and through the next seed bead, holding it like this. Pull the thread through. And then another heart, going through the pointy side, same color, and a seed bead. Slide this bead down. Go through the top of the heart and through the next seed bead, like this. Hold it between your fingers and pull the thread through. Again, last heart in this flower, a seed bead. Slide this down. Go through the heart and the next seed bead. We have this. Again, I'm going to turn this because we started this way. We added the hearts and we spun it as we went around. But now I'm going to turn it back facing me this way, the clasp side here, okay? I'm going to take the needle and I'm going to go through this 1 seed bead right here, which closes up the center of our flower. Okay, now what I have to do at this point, I need to figure out which heart I need to exit out of to make the bracelet or this into a necklace. So remember I said how there's, if you study the sides of the bracelet, there's 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 repeatedly, and if you look at this side, it's 1, 2, 1, 2 repeated. So If you want to make this into a necklace, you do want this to have a curve on it, and you need this to lay properly in the necklace. So if you made this same way this bracelet's made and tried to wear it as a necklace, I don't think it would lay right. I think this would want to twist and flip on you. So if you want to make this in a necklace, because you only have maybe a few heart beads, maybe you have, I don't know, 25 of them in your stash or so, which would give you 5 flowers. Everybody that does beading always works in odd numbers because it just is more appealing to the eye. But what you could do, if you're going to make this into a necklace, is you want to exit out of this heart here, which means that you would only have 1 heart in the top of your necklace. So you would start, this is your decision right now, do you want this to be a bracelet or a necklace? So for a necklace, you have to exit out of this heart, because then you would have 1 heart and 1 heart at the top. And then when you go to exit out of your 3rd flower, you also have to study it to make this curve. You need to have 2 hearts at the bottom, because that's more weight. There's more weight down here, so it will have a nice curve flow to it. I hope this makes sense to you. But to make this into a bracelet, I need to exit out of this bead. So I'm right here at this seed bead, and I would go all the way around and come out of this flower, this seed bead, to add my next flower. But for the bracelet that I'm making, I'm only going to go to this flower. So I have to stitch up through this seed bead and through this heart bead and through, it didn't go through, but I'll do it again, through that seed bead. Okay, so coming out here, when I lay this down, it will line up like this. So I have 1 bead here, 2 beads there. Okay, but again, if you want this to be a necklace, you would then come out of this seed bead. So you would go through this heart and that seed bead. I hope it makes sense. I always try my best to make things easy. Okay, I'm gonna go through this seed bead here, and we're gonna add my next flower. I'm going to pick up this pearl color here, and to start it, I have to come, or go, through the top of the heart, and then pick up 5 seed beads every time you start a new flower, exactly like this. Okay? Then slide the beads down. You don't have to get the seed beads to the bottom, but you do have to get the heart down. So you can go through the heart, like this, and you also have to go through the seed bead, but you have to go through the opposite side. So I'm coming out of this side, I need to go through the opposite side, not where I'm coming out of, but go through the bead on the opposite side, see? And then pull this through, but stop, point or push this heart down like this, and pull your thread through, and all those seed beads come down to look like this. Okay, so holding it tight, bringing these beads down. I'm going to go back up through the heart and through my next seed bead. Okay, just the 1 seed bead. Now what I'm going to do is pick up a heart from the pointed side and a seed bead, and I'm going to do this again all the way around until I have 5 of these hearts in place. Seed bead, slide the heart down, through the heart, and through the next seed bead, heart, seed bead, through the heart. Always skip that seed bead there, and through this seed bead. I didn't really have any complications with this stitch, by the way. You know, usually I make something and I have all these issues. So it's pretty simple, just like this. Another heart, And by the way, all of these hearts I have got in previous Czech Beads exclusive boxes. Yeah. Through the heart, on the top, and through the next seed bead, like this. Hold it in place, and pull this thread down. Last heart, seed bead. Okay, I'm going to turn it because it seems awkward holding it backwards. Bring the heart down, and through the heart, and through your next seed bead. And it looks like I've got it really loose here. So I think what I want to do is tighten this up. I'm going to stop, put my needle on my mat. I'm going to tighten this up by, I have not had this problem yet. I'm going to tighten this up by going to the first one here that I made, pulling that seed bead, and then doing this one. You can see how loose that gets? And then doing this one. And then pulling it tight here. And that should do it. Okay, now bring that heart back down. Go through the next seed bead. Pull it tight. Okay, now I already just naturally flipped this, but I want to have it, I think I had it this way. I swore the whole time I've been stitching it's been laying this way because I go to the right. Yeah, I think I'm right. Okay, so I just flipped it over because I like to go in the right. Okay, so if you have it on this side, you're gonna go into the left seed bead. But I just kept trying to remember to hold it this direction so that I go in the right. Okay, I'm going to go into the right seed bead, and then I have to stop, pull this tight, and figure out which heart I need to go through next. So, laying it with this straight, there's two hearts at the top, there's one pink heart here, this needs to have two at the top. I hope you could see. I'm going to zoom in real quick. Alright, I'm coming out of this seed bead, I'm going to go through the next seed bead and come out of this heart. That way I have 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Makes sense? And if I can, I'll do it all together. Okay, there we go. And pull it tight. Okay, so now you can see, I'm going to zoom back out. Okay, this is straight, so that means there's two at the top, 1, 2 at the top, and I'm going through this one. Okay, next color is this bead here, and I have to go through the top of the heart. You always start a new flower by going through the top of the heart, but when you add the other beads, you're going to be going through the point of the heart, okay? And I think I'm going to do this one with you and then stop and let you do the rest by yourself. So there's my bead. I'm going to pick up 5 seed beads. Bring the heart down. Go through the heart and go through the seed bead, but make sure that you go through the opposite side. So I'm coming out of this side, I want to go through like this. Okay, stop, adjust your heart bead, So it looks like this, and pull your thread through. Like this. I'm going to go through the heart and come out of the first seed bead on the right. Pull it tight. You shouldn't see any exposed thread here. Okay, and I'm going to add all 4 of these going around, doing it the same way by picking up the heart from the pointed side and 1 seed bead through the heart and through the next seed bead. Hold it like this, pull the thread through, another heart through the pointed side, seed bead, bring the heart down, through the heart and through the next seed bead. Okay, another heart, seed bead, bring the heart down, through the heart, and I'm turning this as we stitch around. Hold it like this. Let's just add another bead. One more time for this heart. Go through the heart and then through there. Hold this in place. Okay, like I said earlier, I like to work going towards the right, so I'm flipping this over and I'm taking a needle and I'm going through this seed bead here on the right side, okay, bringing all that down, pulling this tight. There's my 4 colors so far, and again you have to lay this down. You have to do this every time when you go to exit out, because you have to see where you're coming out of. So 1 heart, 2 heart, 1 heart. This one has to be 2 hearts, so it's going to sit like this, and I have to exit out of this heart. Okay? If I exit out of this heart, it would curve. It would start to curve because there's 2 white at the top, or 2 1 hearts on each side. So again, I have to come through this bead, so I have to go through 1 seed bead and then the heart. 1 seed bead, the heart, and can I get through that? I'll just go like this, around it. Okay, I'm going to go through this side now. Put on my last flower, which was this one here, and then I went through this seed bead because there was no thread path right here to form a circle. So when you go through that seed bead, there's a full circle then. It seems like that every time I do that, I just have to step up through 1 seed bead and then through the next heart and come out. It seems like that every time I finish a flower. Does that make sense? So yeah, because see, then there'll be 2 at the top. So I'm going to pay attention to that as I go and see if I'm correct about that. I am back. I continued the stitch and I'm ready to finish it off. And I realized I didn't show you guys the full clasp on this one here. It has a little heart key and it goes through that heart there, but it's just so darn cute. Okay, so I'm just going to do 5 seed beads down here like I did here. It's just enough for a jump ring to go through. Okay, so I'm going to hold the bracelet. And I'm going to pick up 4 because I already have 1. So I just need 4 more like this. And I'm going to go through this seed bead, but in this direction. Okay, there's 5. And I go through this 3 times. Or is it 2 times? I'm trying to remember. Let me see. I go back this way. I think it's 3 times. I'm going to go through these 2. Because I don't think I'll come back here again. No, wait, I do come back here again. Okay, so I'm going to go through... Or do I not? Heck, I can't remember right now. No, I don't, because I go down this side. Okay, so 3 times. Okay, like that. Now, if you look, we're only attached to one side. So where's my tail at? I have to go through this seed bead. Okay, we're only attached on one side. And so it's this side here. So I have to go down through here to attach the other side of the seed bead, because on the other end we are attached on both sides. So I just go down like this. And pull it. Okay, and I'm going to hold it. Let's see, do I want to do this side? I'll go this way. Okay, I'm going to hold it like this, and I'm going to tie a knot here. So I pulled this tight. I'm going to take the needle, and I'm going to go behind. Right here, there is a triangle thread. There's a thread going this way, a thread this way, and a thread this way. And you could see it up here better. See the dark green thread? It's a triangle thread. So I'm just going into that hole. Okay, make a loop and pass through the loop twice. 1 and 2. And you're just grabbing onto that one thread that's going this way to the seed bead hole. So like this. Okay, pull it tight and go through the next seed bead. Do that again. So go from the back side, and if you want you can loosen it up by going like that with your nails. Okay, now you can see it. I'm going to go through the back right here in that triangle thread. See, I can't go inward, I can't escape because there's 3 threads there. And I'm going to go through this again. Okay, and bring this knot down. Pull it tight. Now what I'm going to do is go into this seed bead. Okay, and I'm going to tie another knot here. Again, there's a triangle thread. So you go from the back up through this hole, you make a knot here, you go into this bead, into the seed bead, into this bead, and then you tie another knot here going into this seed bead. You pull the thread through, tie another knot into that seed bead, tie another knot into this seed bead, or this bead and this seed bead and that heart there. And you just go as far as your thread will take you, and then you cut the thread off, and that's it. And then you do the same exact thing to this thread over here, and that is how you finish it off. It's very simple. And of course you have to put on your clasp, which I have showed several times, 2 jump rings and the toggle, and you'll be all done. Here is my finished bracelet, and all I did is just put the toggle on with a jump ring, and I tried it on and it's really cute. Now remember, I'm still collecting donations to get a new video camera because I'm using the one that I started YouTube with 13 years ago, and I really need help getting this camera because you guys, I cannot afford to get a new camera on my own, and I think I deserve to get donations for this camera because I've been giving away all of my designs free for 13 years. So if you would like to help get a new camera, down here below the video in the corner you'll see a square. That's the full screen button. Below that you will see a circle with 3 dots. If you click that, a bar will expand and you'll see super thanks. You can donate money there. It could be $1, $50, whatever you can afford. I'd really appreciate it to get a new camera. And the thing with that though is that YouTube takes 30% of it, so I did set up a Venmo and Cash App. Those are 2 other ways that you can donate to the camera, and I have them down there below in the description bar. And I think if you donate that way I get all of the money, but I'm not for sure because even though I've had that set up for a few months now, no one has donated money that way. But yes, I'm starting to wonder if I should just quit YouTube because I'm really not getting any help with this and it's a big problem. So I hope that you guys are able to help, and if not, I understand. But yes, we are trying to keep this going. And thank you so much for watching. Please like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and make sure you click the bell button so that you can get notified whenever I upload new videos, and follow me on my social media sites. I'm on Instagram, Pinterest, and X. Thanks for watching.